Hi everybody. So this is going to be different. This is going to be a much different video than anything you've seen from me. Today is Wednesday. On Monday, I was fired. I got the phone call that I was going to be terminated effective Monday. And I was like stunned. I was shocked, but it wasn't something that was totally unexpected. We had gotten an email from the head of our firm saying that, this was, going to be an issue and to anticipate layoffs. So we all kind of felt like, it could be any of us at any time. And when they swept through and they took a few people from my department, and I was one of them. Now, anybody who knows me know I work in a CPA firm. And I work primarily in entertainment. So my clients are artists, and they are somehow affiliated with entertainment. And as we know, that entire industry is flat right now. There are no shows. Everything has been canceled. Pretty much everything has been canceled everywhere. But there are really nothing going on to generate any income for any of my clients. And we have been telling them, other than filing for all of these SBA loans that are out there to try to help keep them, together during this time. But we've also cautioned them not to pay for anything outside of those four walls, not to pay for anything besides food, housing, if they could push off their mortgages, utilities, transportation. We don't pay anything other than that. And we are accountants, so we fall in that do not pay category. And so a lot of clients are saying, we can't pay you now, we will pay you later, and that affected the cash flow, blah blah blah. I totally get it. If you know me at all, you know that I was actually transitioning out of this job, and I had anticipated leaving at the end of March. I had initially wanted to leave in the beginning of the year, but decided I needed a little bit more cushion, and so I wanted to hold off until the end of March. So timeline wise, I'm still really on target, even though my separation happened in a way that I didn't anticipate. Now, I'm not running around doing a happy dance, because this morning it came out that 6.3 million people signed up for unemployment this week. 6.3 million people, which brings a total of 13 million people on unemployment. So this is really a time that people are struggling right now. I did a presentation about this and about the ways in which you can salvage some of your credit and salvage, and not having to make your mortgage payments, and really talking about what it is that you can do to kind of keep your budget together. But for those of us who've gotten laid off, this is going to be the time where we have to walk. I have to be the person that I'm telling you all to be. So now I have to do what I tell you all to do. And so I need a crew. I need some people with me. So I want to know if you would join me in this journey of getting ourselves together, really kind of streamlining everything that we do. The good news is that everything is closed. So there is no meals and entertainment really anymore. There is not a whole lot of, outside purchases. So that's good. Nobody's just going to Marshall spending $200 because they ain't got nothing else to do because Marshall's is closed. But we want to now that we're trapped in the house, we have nothing but time. We want to, over the next few weeks, we're going to go over making sure we make copies of our bank statements. I want to look at today. This just happened this week. So today, I just want to sit and I want to kind of mourn the loss of the camaraderie that I had with the people that I work with. Because there's a whole psychology in losing your job. You lose the interaction with the people that you go to lunch with every day. We hang out after work. We celebrate birthdays. We were very tied in and connected to one another because we work so closely together. So those relationships are going to be mourned. We also have to mourn the loss of our identities if we are tied into who we were at work. That poses a really big problem, especially if you don't have a huge support system outside of work. So if you don't have a lot going on outside of your work, you tend to more closely identify with who you are there. So if you were a manager, like I was a manager in the CPA firm, and so that is who I was. And people would say, well, who are you? And that I would say, I am Theresa, and I'm a manager in a CPA firm. And that became who I was. And so now we have to kind of figure out, well, who are we without that? And that can be difficult if that's how you identify yourself. So we're going to sit with that. I want to try to start writing in the journal. If you haven't been writing in the journal, this may be a great idea to kind of get all the thoughts out and write them down so that you can see what they are and how they're showing up in your day-to-day life now. Starting tomorrow, though, we are going to hit the ground running. I want to print out bank statements. I want to print out credit card statements, at least for the last 3 months, so we can look at the patterns, get a budget together, because we have to get a whole brand new budget. If you have not applied for unemployment, do it. Make sure you go to your State Department of Labor's website and look at when your scheduled time is. I know that my last name starts with an S, so my day to apply was on Wednesday. So I applied Wednesday, and then every week Wednesday is my day. And of course, if I miss Wednesday for whatever reason, you can then do it. I think Thursday or Friday is alternative days, but Wednesday is definitely going to be the day for me. And we're going to look at every other benefit that's out there. I'm going to be at my laptop looking for benefits left and right. We're not going to have health insurance because we lose that. I think the month after I was let go on April 6th. April 30th is going to be the end of my health insurance coverage, unless I can come up with $1 million for COBRA, which I don't see that happening. So, I mean, that we're going to have to look at Medicaid. We're going to look at SNAP benefits to see if we apply. I mean, we are going to get down and dirty into the trenches, and we're going to whip up every single benefit that we can, because ultimately there's going to be another side. This is a transitional period. We're moving from here, we're going through, and then we're going to come out on the other side. And now is the time that we get to determine who we're going to be when we come out on the other side. This is the time to look at our passion projects. This is the time to figure out what our skills are. You have more than one skill. You can do more than what you did from 9 to 5. And so now is going to be a time to kind of look at all of those things. I've seen people who are very good artists. I've seen people who want to do coaching like what I do. I've seen people who want to do 1,000 things. Zoom, super popular. Everybody who knows everything. If whatever you know, you can hopefully, maybe with a little bit of learning, teach it. Because everybody's not a good teacher. But you can learn how to teach. And you can maybe put that skill to use. We are trying to figure out how we can maybe turn what was a side hustle into more of either a 3/4 job or a full-time job. Hopefully you've been listening to me over the past few years as I've been talking to you all about making sure you have multiple streams of income, so that losing a job doesn't mean you lose every dime that comes in. And if not, listen, now is the time to start. So I really want you all to join me on this journey. I'm going to be posting very regularly, if not daily, then at least 4 times a week. We're going to go through this step by step so that we get to be in charge of who we're going to be. We don't fall by the wayside. We're not going to be losing our homes. We're not going to lose our apartments. We're not going to have our lights shut off. We are not going to let this defeat us, because God is the greatest power. We will not be defeated. All right, so come back to me today. Hopefully you can subscribe and check so that you can get notifications, because I want you to jump in when I post these videos so that we can keep up with each other. If you have any tips, because each one, teach one. If you have tips, post them. Post them so that we can all take advantage. If you have anything that you want to share, listen, we're all here for each other, right? So listen, have your tea, have your coffee, have your beverage. Sit and allow yourself to be okay with the direction you're going in, and be okay with the loss, and feel it and process it, and don't let anybody make you feel bad about it. You don't have to sit here and do a happy dance. You just got fired. You're allowed to feel your feelings. But then there's also going to be a time when you have to get back up again. You're going to have to dust off them shoes, and we got to keep it moving. So let's keep it moving together, okay? So here's to a bright future. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.